What's up?
UK's best lich player here. It happened again, guys. I had a game where I got 59 assists on the lich not to get immortal, but on my way up to immortal. 56 assists on the lich. Crazy game. Anyway, first blood. You already knew it was going to be wild. There's a Pudge in the game. Some fucker picked Pudge. So obviously someone's getting hooked at minute 0. I went for the bounty selfishly. Did manage to get there in time to at least get a 3-man slowdown. Took a bunch of damage on my way out. Made my way kind of up. I was planning on looping back to lane, but this little shitbag on the Pudge following me uphill to cut me off. Thankfully though, your boy bought a windlace because I know what it's like to play against a Pudge, and I've had enough. So I bought a windlace and I made sure that at least I'd be able to run away from this fat cunt. And I remember thinking this at the time. I was going to TP quite deep so that this Pudge couldn't hook me. But alas, here he is hooking me under the fucking tower. As soon as I TP in, he didn't learn his lesson. I've got a windlace. I just walk away. My offlaner is contesting the farm on the hard camp. They get a little bit of a fight. I throw my shield down, throw my Q down, and then he gets a nice little return bash for at least XP. I know he gets hooked out straight away, but I think that's worth it for us. Seeing that this Pudge is only looking to hook me, I'm staying as far back as I can. I'm positioning myself so well until literally the second that I think that he's low enough that he won't be in the same spot that he's been at the whole fucking game. Of course he is, and he hooks me. Without comms, I can see that my ES starts going on the Bloodseeker. Fine, Blood Grenade, Bosh. But can you see how this fat little cunt is just gunning for me? He doesn't care that his carry is dying in the background. He just wants this lich so badly, and thankfully the creeps were there to back me up. Just needed a bit of good positioning. Boys, I must be doing something right in the lane right now because these two won't get off of my dick. They won't get off of my dick. Okay, Bloodseeker is low right now because your boy has just been sending out Qs like you won't believe. I give my ES the shield to give him some confidence to dive the tower. He does. It forces a TP from Tiny. He gets the Earthshaker, and then we manage to get away scot-free. Observer on top of their already placed sentry, which revealed the fact that I was hiding my own observer underneath it. Ultimately, he lost his fight against our Earthshaker, and then this fucking Pudge shows up, misses a hook by the way, but this is why I've gone Boots, Windlace, bunch of mangoes as my first items, because I was not gonna let this Pudge ramp on me. So I'm just gonna give you a little impression of what it was like playing with my mid OD. Oh my god, guys, oh my god, I've lost mid, and it's all because of that level 1 fight, and now I need help with me. That was basically what it was like playing with him. So me and CM came for the old mega gank round. Pudge was kind of blocking what we wanted to do. He misses his hook. I see that was my opportunity to go on at least the Pudge. Me and the CM are whittling down the Pudge. The OD almost get taken out. I get my shield down on him just in time though, so I was at least able to trade and get some XP before he goes down. And then we do get the Pudge. But even though the OD died, he did shut the fuck up and he did thank us. I grabbed the haste rune that was bark, run it immediately down to the Bloodseeker, where me and the ES overcommit big time with our spells. Ultimately, that came from lack of comms. That could have been fixed by just being in a Discord call. So at this point in the game, our POS 5 was having internet problems and kept disconnecting. So I took that as an opportunity to bring our POS 5 down to our lane, wait for the respawn on the Bloodseeker, kill the Bloodseeker again, although thankfully actually I didn't have to micro the CM because she had come back at this point, and we killed the Bloodseeker. So here I arrived a little bit late to the fight that was happening. I've got my ult on cooldown, and arguably maybe the opponent's thinking, wow, he hasn't ulted yet, like let's all just go in. And then immediately, well, when the life stealer pops out, I've thrown my ult down, it's done okay. The bounces could have been a little bit better. The gap between the Rubik and the life stealer was probably slightly too large anyway. I kind of knew I was going out, which is why I wanted to go out with a bang. Did get the Rubik. This pussy ass life sealer just needs to rage TP away. Here, my team are telling me, go fight, we've got this, go fight. And I'm thinking, great, I've smoked so I can get some aggressive warding down. I'm behind them, my ult's coming off cooldown, let's go. And I just didn't see the fact that I am on my own. And also, I did not expect for Rubik to astral imprison me. Regardless of the fact I was dead there, I could have at least got my ult off. And maybe change something there, I don't know. Here, I see that the Tiny's overstepped. I aggro this small camp so that I can get the creeps over to me and then throw my ult out and, you know, hope for some bounces. Unfortunately, all 3 of those creeps are ranged, meaning that my plan was a disaster, but we got him, so all I did was waste my ult. Here, there'd been a fight edging along the river, and I did that thing where I forgot for a moment that there's a Pudge in the game, and of course this little bitch is only looking to hook me. I am on like 40% HP, but I just had to kind of watch as that fight didn't go really how we wanted it to. So this little bitch that's been focusing me all game thought he was about to have one of the easiest hooks of his life. Unfortunately, he was trapped with me, not the other way. I literally just get that Pudge and fuck him right where he deserves it. And then dewarded, and I think nothing really happened really after that. We're about to take a fight. We've got a nice choke point. Amarok got the high ground. The fight looks like it's going to go well. However, I don't think my team has seen that there's a Bloodseeker coming in from our north. So I was like standing way too far back, arguably, to protect myself from this. Just throwing out my shields, just trying to get as much spell damage as I can out. I glimmer my carry. Bloodseeker literally just goes, fuck this, I'm not dealing with a 2v1. Runs to try and help his team, doesn't help his team. I do get my ult out. The ult is slow and kind of zones people in the back line. It is enough for us to get a pick off. And then I get jumped on by a Tiny who probably regrets not buying dust. All I did was glimmer and hide, and my team were there to back me up. Earthshaker finally growing a pair of balls. Oh yeah, by the way, we've had an Earthshaker this whole time that's doing that thing as an offlaner, that rather than try and make plays and stuff, he just went, I'm going to farm Ags and Blink, and I'm not going to show until that happens. Which I guess is fine, and it did kind of work for us. We didn't need this sooner. But anyway, in the back lines, Goose spanking this Bloodseeker around like I'm his daddy. Riding high off of my success of my last 2 kills on both the Pudge and the Bloodseeker, I thought that I'd be able to jump high ground, kill the Tiny, and get out before anyone's even seen me. Unfortunately, all I did do was give Rubik my ult and start a horrible fight, which almost lost us the game. It did, it almost lost us the whole game, and it would have been my fault. I actually got out though. I got out and I was fine. Juggernaut's doing one of the most bravest TPs I've seen in a long time. I knew I was going to have to go in and at least throw a shield down on him. Get there, blink deep and behind the fight, focus the Pudge, get the Pudge, and also put my Spire down in a really nice position that's separating the battle and a couple of the opposing members, opposing team. I do die, maybe, and then I buy back and kind of scavenge what was left of it. Ultimately, every time, regardless of the fights, we are coming out on top. And some of these fights, I mean, I've skipped a lot. Some of these fights are, you know, are very back and forth. There's buybacks and there's TPs in, and then it's crazy. But ultimately, we came out on top most times. Okay, we've had a team talk. We are winning most fights, but we are not going to win this game at this rate. However, Pudge, who I'm now realising might have been Dendy this whole time, manages to hook the jug twice, completely out of position. They're able to they're able to trade really nicely, and ultimately I just gave up because this Bloodseeker was a Formula 1 car and I was not running away from it. Pudge again hooks 2 of my teammates completely out of position. We are single-handedly losing these late games fights because of it, and I almost get away, but they have an observer on low ground and high ground at the exact spot I'm trying to juke around, and yeah, they get us. They get us pretty fucking hard, actually. A point in the game where my OD is telling my Jug that his mum should go die, and my Jug's telling me that I've itemized wrong, and I'm fucking shouting at the other support for not buying enough wards. It's becoming an absolute mess. Got a life stealer chunking at my base. Okay, I believe I'm the only one up. I die. I put my spire down. I die, which now gives me an ult. So effectively, I've used 2 ults. Die. Do get a trade off. Buy back immediately. But the thing is, I'm now fighting against people with nullifiers, and whenever I've thrown my ult at, they start getting better at Pudge eating his teammate, or Lifestealer jumping into someone, and then Tiny yawsing himself in the air. So the ults are actually really hard to connect. I am almost, or I am, level 25 now though, so my new job is just shielding barracks, shielding the base, shielding my teammates. Not that I wasn't doing that before, but it's even more important to do it now. So one of the last fights of the game, they're fighting under my vision, by the way, can I add, and I finally get it, the 3-man ult, bounce, and unfortunately I die, and the Aeon disc, by the way, is a complete waste of an item. Anyway, that's another thing. But a death just means another chain foss bouncing around, team fight goes much better, buy back immediately, get back in the fight, try and pick off the Rubik in the back line. Ultimately, we do win the fight. Blink in, Bosch, get 3 with my Ags, which I just picked up, demolish, team follow up, further demolishing, and we fucking win. And I venture ever closer to getting Immortal. And guys, if you made it this far, it'd be great to see you over there, giving your boys some support. I need it. I need you backseat gamers, you backseat Immortals, and have a good one.